Professor Dr. Muhammad Amin Jalaludin, the Vice Chancellor of University of Malaya, and James de Caluwe, Oleon, Mohd, thank you for being on the InvestKL Conversations. Starting with you, James, the global talent war has been somewhat solved by the close nexus the industry has with academia. Describe, if you can, the solutions that academia can bring towards solving that talent crunch.
Okay, you're right to say that the war for talent is a global war. So since 2007, where we have put our production facilities up here in Malaysia, we also felt the need to look into and tap into the local talents to develop products which are specific for the Asian market.
Professor Amin,
Yes, John.
how do you think that your university is able to help solve Oleon's talent crunch?
Yes, Chuang, University of Malaya is always wanted to work with the industry. It's an opportunity here because why? Our Center of Excellence, Nanotechnology and Catalyst, has an expertise in the area of lubricant. That is matching together with the industry from Oleon in Sdn Bhd. Therefore, we want to improve and we want to work together with Oleon Sdn Bhd so that we can come out with a new innovation.
You know, what commercial opportunities, what specializations and localization opportunities might be yielded from such a relationship with University of Malaya going forward?
Okay. Well, with respect to commercialization of products, you can see that in the Asian environment, most companies and people are still using a lot of synthetic petrochemical-based products. People getting more and more aware of the environmental impact of the products they are using. So we see a tremendous opportunity to develop green, renewable, sustainable products.
And of course, on the academic side, Prof. Amin, a lot of your students will have opportunities to hone their skills in very real and very everyday commercial applications of what they study in the university. How invigorated are the students by the opportunities that are presented by this tie-up?
Yes, I agree with James just now about the green technology and our student opportunity to go into a real hands-on. Therefore, our student, undergraduate and postgraduate, an opportunity with the relationship of Oleon Sdn Bhd, where the lubricant, that will be able the student to study in the real world.
The usual catalyst, though, for this pairing up of institutions is not an easy one. In Malaysia, it's been somewhat lubricated by InvestKL and other government agencies. How instrumental have they been in putting you two together?
Well, very, to say the least. It is always difficult to approach a large organization, I would say, without being prerogative, sometimes bureaucratic organizations, to really make them dynamic, to look forward to potentials that are arising day to day. In that sense, InvestKL was really facilitating, was making, I would say, the day look sunny by helping us to move things forward faster, to put the right people around the table to discuss intellectual property rights, to discuss how we can collaborate on a practical level, etc. So in that sense, InvestKL was really, I would say, a lubricant to put it all together.
I just would like to give a clear picture because InvestKL is the matchmaker for the development of Greater KL, particularly to academia, linked to the industry with the Oleon Sdn Bhd, so that the innovation and also the creativity and the industrial link will come out with a good output. Before this era of the InvestKL, we, university and the industry link, we have, but in small volume. That's not being accelerated, which done by the InvestKL.
To what extent, and what is your sense of using this as a template to establish much more commercial linkages in time to come?
Well, for the university perspective, we are transforming ourselves in terms of a university in the past years, where we are putting academic excellence. But we know that when we teach individual, we wanted them to get the skill. After they graduated, they have to be ready in the industry. That's why the industry come in. We want to have link with the industry from the beginning, from day one, so that when they go out, they can work accordingly what they learn in the university.
What is your sense of where the evolution of ASEAN tastes and predilections are going, and how can your collaboration with UM satiate that evolution?
I believe that ASEAN is moving more green. It's a move that cannot stop. People have to be inventive to find renewable resources. With Oleon, we have a large database and history in making sustainable chemicals. And to develop that more particularly for the Asian market is something that we are looking out with local research centers, in particular with to develop that. And I think students in ASEAN are currently looking at universities more like a training center. If you would look at the European or American context, you will see that universities are more research-driven, research centers. People go to university to really participate in the development of new products. And I think this type of collaboration really helps to allow local universities to work in more and more research and to expose their students into the real field of research and development.
Professor Dr. Muhammad Amin Jalaludin, the Vice Chancellor of University of Malaysia, and James de Caluwe, Managing Director of Oleon St. John Mohd, thank you for being on the InvestKL Conversations.
Yes, welcome.
You're welcome.